Greetings of the day. Could we with ink the ocean fill, were every blade of grass a quill, were the world of parchment made, and every man a scribe by trade, to write with love of God above, would drain the ocean dry. Now would the scroll contain the whole, though stretched from sky to sky. These are a few lines mentioned and said by a Jewish philosopher, and they are lines which talk about the greatness of God, which is our topic for today. Who is God? Today, we're here to talk and learn about God. As the preacher rightly said, according to his understanding, God is such a supreme being of energy, such a virtuous being that if you make the oceans ink, make the land the parchment, make every blade of grass a quill, a pen, and try to jot down his praises, his glory, his great deeds, his benevolence, his love for his children. You won't be able to fit it all. And even if you'd want to put it all together, you could not put it in, because even the sky, which is considered to be a limit, would be small. And this gives us a very, very strong understanding and a message that God is something like God, which has to exist. There is a supreme being, because not just one, but many philosophers, many messengers from all religions, every part of the world, have had in their ways, at their times, given some or the other teaching of God, talked about Him, asked us to remember Him. But God even Himself says, not many know me who as I am, who I am, as I am. So this makes us question, and this asks us to interpret deep within ourselves and to introspect and find out who He really is. And many have said that it is not possible to think about or talk about God because He's just beyond imagination, and where our imagination, our limits stop, there He starts working, which is in some sense true, but God Himself says, I'm not that complicated. I am just like everyone else on this planet, a being of energy. And because all of the souls on this planet, all of the human beings, the being in the human is who we are. The soul, the energy, is what makes the human a human being. And so we are all connected to Him, even if we tend to agree or not. But according to statistics, only 45% people believe in God. That is why God has to say all of these lines, that not many know me as I am. Because religions across the world have, have put forth God in a way becomes which makes it difficult to connect to Him. Because there's a lot of rituals, there's a lot of practices, disciplines to follow, which at times seem unnecessary, but once when they had started, had a greater, deeper insight into them. They had a purpose, which was to make us disciplines and that we do not head over onto a wrong track. But as time went on, the meaning was left over and the ritual had just become an activity. Just to do a yajna, just to do a ceremony, just to do particular practice, follow a discipline. It's now just become a namesake thing. And that is why the statistics, according to statistica.com, says that only 45% people across the globe believe in God. But the fact that He exists is true, as we all believe, we can see that we are all a part of energy, we are all energy, and we have all been running and taking charge of this body of ours. And we've tried all ways, all of the religious practices, but we happen to have not been able to connect and recharge ourselves, because it is only God who can do this, and that is His very role, to recharge all of His children. There's a saying in Sanskrit, Vasudeva Kutumbakam, one world family. The world is one family, and even in Christianity it is said, God is light and we are all children of God, which means that we all together one family, all of us are His children. But because we had forgotten who God really was, God really is, we've started to drain our batteries. And a point has come now where God has to come and liberate us all, recharge us all, empower and fill us all, and remind us of our true selves. That is, we are energy, a point of light. We see, and that is very, very real. The moment the soul, the energy, drifts off from a body, we see that the body is useless. The organs are, but the body cannot function, the mouth cannot move, the eyes cannot move, hands and legs, none. So it is that energy which powers the body, and that because the energy has been playing its role for such long time, over the years it is trained, and God has come to connect to us with Him. And the moment we do so, remembering Him in His true form, which is a point of light, the supreme star, a being of energy, we can connect with Him very easily. He is one, as it has been pointed out in many religions. Many think that there are multiple gods. No, there's just one God. There have been multiple messengers who have been pointing to the same God. In Hindu religion, there's a saying that there are 330 million, 3.33 crore deities. But deities are not God. They have a human form. So this understanding that God is one, Allah ek noor hai, ek omkar, God is light, God is one. We are all children of God. And this all of this understanding is very critical in the sense that we have happened to lose and forget who we were, and He has come to remind us. And that very part of us is very critical. How is it so critical? Because we had lost the understanding and we could not connect to Him. And without any connection in a religion, in a relationship, it is difficult. It is very difficult to remember or recharge, just to experience love, which drives us. Purity, happiness, peace is what we're looking for, you're rushing for. You're trying to earn money, you're trying to get in people, connect to people, so that we could just find that glimmer of happiness, of peace, of joy, of contentment, unconditional, pure love. But unfortunately, because everyone, as we discussed earlier, has been lost the true powers, it is now that God has come to talk to us and to teach us, to educate, and to help us know Him better. And now, even from all of the religious scriptures and from God Himself, we come to know that He is the Supreme Being, a point of light, who is the creator of a new world. We are all children of God, and for once, let us be in that stage as child. And many do not believe in God because they think, because again, the religions and the practices are too difficult or too superstitious, unnecessary. It's what they think, which is kind of true, but also they've forgotten. They do not have this connect, this relationship with God. And without a relationship, you cannot experience magic, cannot experience the love. And this relationship, just knowing ourselves, and that we know what we are a being of energy, which charges the body. Second step to spirituality is knowing God and connecting to Him. And that is what meditation is. So God is the ocean of knowledge, of love, of peace, happiness, of all virtues, which fill us and recharge us, which elevate a stage, which make us more powerful. And now that we know Him as children, we are His children, and He is a Father. Many think that God does not exist because He gives us so much trouble. If God would exist, why would He give trouble to us? That is right. That is why God creates a new world. He's a Father who unconditionally loves. It is not because of Him that we're getting all of this trouble, but it is because of our actions in the past that we happen to face what we face. If we have given love, we get back love. It is like sowing a seed of a mango and we get mangoes. Sowing the seed of cherry will bring us cherries. Sowing in thorns will give out thorns. So if you've done wrong, wrong will come to us. But we blame God for it. Still, despite of all of the blame and criticism and everything, because He is our Father, He is our Father, and no child and no parent can for long be away or be angry with their children. No father, no parent can criticize or have bad wishes for the children. He is, and He's the supreme. He is Father to all of us. We are His children, and is compassionate, a being of compassion, the ocean of compassion. And as we were talking about, despite of us criticizing Him, He still has just love and compassion for all of His children. He gives us the strength to fight. So it is very important to strive in life, to be successful in life, to have this understanding of spirituality. Spirituality, what is spirituality? Knowing the selves and connecting with the divine. And this is being aware of a true spiritual self. And the process of spirituality, I happen to be practicing meditation, which is connection with the divine. And once we are filled in with love, filled in with joy, happiness, by just sitting with the Father who is a being of energy and unconditionally gives, we recharge. Just like sitting beside the ocean, we get the cool breeze, we can feel it. And similarly, sitting underneath the sun, we can feel the warmth. Exactly like that, sitting beside the Supreme Being, energy, considering self to be energy, but His child and Father also being of light, sitting together, and the Father unconditionally nourishes and refills, and this is how we can connect to Him better. And that is what His purpose is, that all of my children are liberated of the sorrows, and the way to liberating and recharging is being charged up, so that when we come across people and we come across relations, we can unconditionally give. That's the purpose of a relationship, to unconditionally give. But because we are all trained, we tend to accept. We tend to expect people to give us. They'll give me happiness. They'll understand me. They'll respect my thoughts. There's a lot of expectation which creates hurt and then sorrow. And so now it's time to connect with the divine. And I hope that this talk of ours has helped you in some way to accept the fact that there is a supreme being. Because had there not been a supreme being, why would there be so many people who would believe, according to the statistics, 45% believe in God. And also according to Wikipedia, there are about 10,000 religions. Why did we need so many religions when we could just have one, which is a religion of true love, peace, happiness, wherein we'll all live with each other in harmony, in unison, happy, peacefully. Because if you see all of the religions, the message is to connect to God. But because we had lost this understanding of who we are and who God is, that connect was missing. And so the energy of the soul started depleting over time, and God Himself had to come and teach us, as it is written in the Bhagavad Gita, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutanam adharmasya Tatajmanyam Srejanyaham, which says that when there is extreme downfall of the religions of the world which have formed over time, when there's so much hatred, humanity is lost its core existence. There's vices which are present all around in humans to an extent that there's very little good left in them. And I have to come down at that time to liberate you all, because he ultimately is a father and he cannot see his children fighting, quarreling. For what? What is there truly? What is within them? But this forgetting nature, or just not knowing about the self and the supreme, just have gone over downfall. Now that we know who he is and who we are, it's easy to connect. But as we talked about, this is a very last but very important part of, we know who God is, what is his role, but where does he live? And when does he come? When does he come was just discussed. Like, we've seen that the religions have stooped to, not the religions, but the ones who are practicing the religions. There's a lot of downfall. There's a lot of hate, ridicule, criticism, all of the vices, lust, anger, desire, ego, attachment, to an extent which is ripping us all apart, weakening us from within. And even the little comforts of life have to be fought on for so hard just to get them. And so, when does he come? Right now, he has come. And he has given all of this knowledge, because none of us, as our soul power had decreased and purity level had decreased, the ability to understand his true form was not possible, and so he had to come, and so he has come. So now, where does he live? As we said, we are all beings of energy, and it's beautifully quoted by Shakespeare also in one of his poems, The World's a Stage, that we are all actors, and the whole world is a stage. The sun and the stars and the moon are all lights, lighting up and dimming off the stage for us. Every action, every second, we're just actors acting. And as God's role is to liberate us all and to take us along with him, where will he take? He'll take us where we've come from, where he lives, which is beyond, which is often referred to as the great beyond, the incorporeal world or the soul world, or the world where energy lives, energies live. So he's the supreme energy, and we are all beings of energy, just a point of light, a single dot. So he's come to take us all with him to that beautiful golden red world where we live in peace, harmony. We do not have the body, so we cannot express, just sitting with him in silence. And that's where he lives. That's where he has been living for years. He had to come down now. Now it's time for us all to go recharge, crush and cut down our sins by his remembrance, such a powerful current Such a powerful current that just molds all of us into real goals. Paras, which is called in Hindi gold, it's like the touchstone magic. This remembrance is so powerful. It's just like filling in lots of pure water, very strong positive current of pure water into a bad dirty bucket of muddy water. Just flows in, and a point comes when we are all pure. So let us all sit in silence and experience this love, is love of the divine.